We're introduced in this week's Parsha to the Parsha of Karbanos in Sefer Vayikra, and I want to take one message when I compare the Korban Asham to the Korban Chatat. Korban Chatat is Perek Daled. As we know, when you sin and you have to bring either a Kizbah or a Se'irah, sometimes a Sa'ir, whereas the Asham is also when you sin. So therefore the Ramban asks, what's the difference between the Korban Asham and the Korban Chatat? And the Ramban explains that there's a difference in the name. The actual name tells us. Chatat is the Hebrew word hachta'ah. It's when you go off the proper, what we would call derech. A little bit you sinned. But Asham, the Ramban explains beautifully, comes from the language of shmama. V'anir be'inai ki shim asham mora o davar gadol asher oasohu yitchayev liot shamim v'avad bo. When you have this sin of asham that you need to bring a korban asham for, the sin is so egregious that you need total destruction for it. And the Ramban explains that this is, for example, the asham gzelot or the asham shivcha charufa, that they're coming for mezid, it's korban asham, the asham nazir, even the asham mi'ilot, which is for a sin that's done by accident b'shogeg, since it's kochei Hashem, you bring an asham because of the severity of the sin. Asham mitzorah is considered like you're dead. Shamim ve'avei. Rav Soloveitchik explained, this is the difference in the bracha that we say on Yom Kippurim by Malchios. Baruch atah Hashem, melech mochel v'soleach la'avonotenu. We ask Hashem, after saying the bracha, that you forgive and soleach la'avonotenu, our sins, v'la'avonot amo beit Yisrael, and the sins of Am Yisrael. And then the second half of the bracha is ma'avir ashmotenu b'chol shana v'shana. But there's obviously what happened to ma'avir ashmotenu ve'ashmat b'nei Yisrael, just like it was avonot or avonotenu and avonot beit Yisrael. There are two different marachot, two different systems of kapara v'tomen on Yom Kippur. That's why it's called Yom Kippurim. There's the Yachid and there's the Tzibur. So when we talk about avonot, egregious sins, there you have the Yachid and the Tzibur. But the Asham, that you can only have Ashmatenu. The actual desolation and destruction, that's only on the individual. But when we talk about Am Yisrael and being part of Am Yisrael, there's no such thing as Ashmat B'nei Yisrael. There's the idea of being able to not only on an individual level make an impact, but also being connected to B'nei Yisrael. This is what I believe is Rabbi Lamb when he talks about some thoughts on leadership. He talks about leadership of any community requires a number of people, not just one leader. No matter how brilliant or charismatic, no lone ranger need apply for positions of leadership in any organized community. As in contrast to what many people think, that it's only going to be about me, myself, and I. Rabbi Lamb explained we have this B'nai Yisrael, with this community of leaders. This is what I believe, one of the lessons we can learn from the difference of Asham and Chatat. Chatat, you mess up. Asham represents a certain level of totality. And there, that only applies to the individual. And when we talk about lessons for us, it's the concept of being connected not only for ourselves as a leader, but very much to be inspired, to be connected, not just doing it myself, but together with Am Yisrael.